What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the last week. If you enjoy the Scale News Update, make sure and hit the like button. And let's jump into this week's topics. First for this week, we've got a new release from XOTech, and this is a wheelie bar set for the associated DR10 no prep drag car. In the stock form, the DR10 comes with a molded rear wheelie bar that's got a little bit of adjustment, but it's still a plastic molded wheelie bar, so it's only going to have so much rigidity. XOTech has come up with this carbon fiber version that bolts right onto the existing mounts on that associated DR10. So now you can bolt on this longer carbon fiber wheelie bar, hopefully give yourself a little bit more control in that rig. Alongside of this carbon fiber wheelie bar, XOTech has also released a slipper eliminator for the DR10. I'm not sure if there's a lot of people trying to lock out the slipper on that vehicle or not, but again, it's another option. This week we saw a new tease from MST, and this really doesn't fit into the vein of things that I would normally cover, but this is a new 1/5 scale motorcycle, and I have a soft spot for RC motorcycles. I've owned a bunch of them. I've never successfully driven one well, but for some reason I keep finding myself buying them. I've got a new 1/5 scale motorcycle on order right now, actually, and then MST teases yet another new one. So this might be one I have to pick up. I don't know why I think they're cool. One thing I really like about this MST version though is that it looks like it's got an articulated driver on it, very similar to the Kyosho Hang-On Rider, which was a smaller 1/8 scale size motorcycle. But that was pretty cool because it leaned with it as it turned. This could have that same setup. As far as, you know, it's conceptual renderings, it looks like at this point. No actual parts being shown, just computer images, and that's it. But definitely something I'm going to keep an eye on, see what they come up with and where the price point lands. A couple weeks back, we talked about a new release from Proline coming up, the new Barracuda body. They just gave us a small image and then some teaser on the website of the actual listing being created. But I actually got to see one of these bodies firsthand at a no prep race this weekend, and it looks really good. The size of it looks a little bit more compact, but it still fits all of the popular no prep, setups. It just looks really good. I think that this is likely going to be a really popular option in the no prep world. And of course the Barracudas were cool anyway. So at the time of filming, there hasn't been official info put on the website, but I'm guessing you could see it as soon as the day you're watching this. So just keep an eye on their website, check that out, maybe make it your next body. Next, it seems that we're in the world of servo wars. It's just, we keep seeing more servos popping up, direct power here, direct power there, brushless, 14 volts. Yet another one has entered. NSD has come out with the RS800 Ultra Torque Servo, rated for 14.8 volts of direct power, 800 ounce inches if you go that far, waterproof and programmable, again, fitting right into the battle of where a lot of these servos are hitting right now. This one is listed at only $99 though, so the price point pretty low for what this servo appears to offer. If you'd like to check it out, you can check the link in the description below, as well as the links for the rest of the stories down there also. Now, let's jump into a whole bunch of new cars that have been released over the last week. There was just a bunch of kits, just everyone releasing all at once, or almost releasing. But jumping into the first one, Element released their new Enduro 24, their new 1/24 scale competitor into the market, forward motor style, a standard ring and pinion design rather than a worm gear like an SCX 24, so slightly different there. Price point on this is coming in at just 99 bucks as well, so nice easy entry point as far as dollars. Ring and pinion style, I do like that at times. The axles on this truck look a lot like the Horizon ECX Barrage axles, just in style overall. And I think it's worth noting that it does look like the Enduro 24 is basically the same as the obviously named RGT 136240. Because who could forget that name? But it does appear that these vehicles are coming out of the same place, basically, with some different bumpers, bodies, and wheels, it appears at this point. Like I said, it looks like the Enduro is going to run you about $99. That RGT looks to be closer to like that $80 price range, but you are going to look at possible issues with customer service or anything like that. So depending on your value of customer support, maybe that makes your decision a little bit easier. Then we've got a new release from RC 4-Wheel Drive, and this is a new solid axle monster truck. This is the RC 4-Wheel Drive Carbon Assault with the Manticore body. This is a new body. It comes with a full detail, monster truck style sticker theme on it. And overall, this vehicle comes ready to run. So it comes with a brushed motor and ESC, basic RC four-wheel drive electronics inside. It's got a carbon fiber chassis though, and the axles are familiar axles from RC four-wheel drive. They're the plastic D44 style axles that they've had. Those are the axles that had, removable and replaceable tubes. Don't get these confused with an AR44, which is like an SCX-10-2 size ring and pinion. This is a D44. It had the AR60 size ring and pinions, I believe. And they had the removable or replaceable tubes. This comes with the aluminum upgrade tubes pre-installed. So a little bit wider and beefier, being that they're made out of aluminum. Inside the transmission is their 2-speed AX2 option. So you're gonna be able to get a little bit more speed out of it with the 2-speed, since it's just got a pretty basic brushed motor. This vehicle does come with a new set of RC four-wheel drive drive shafts that are the style more similar to what you see on a lot of other RTR vehicles, with the metal universal or CV style joint and then a plastic shaft in the middle. They've gone to this. This is the first time that I've seen that. I believe it's an all new drive shaft from them. This truck is coming with front and rear sway bars, trailing arms all the way around, and aluminum King shocks. The truck has Rumble Racing monster truck tires on it in the X3 compound, and they're mounted to functional beadlock wheels. Overall, this whole package will run you $749. So the price is up there, but there's a lot of machine parts included. I assume that most of these electronics are going to get swapped out pretty quickly though by people who are willing to spend $749 on this. But if you're big into monster trucks, or you're just thinking about getting into monster trucks, here's one that you can get out of the box that looks like it's pretty well upgraded. But of course, we'll have to see how the durability is. And then next, we've got a new kit from Red Cat. This is the first Red Cat kit that I've ever seen. I'm not sure if there's been one before, but from everything I could see, this is the first kit that Red Cat has ever released. And this is that Wendigo or Wendigo, or however you want to say their name. It's that truck. It's got the Gen 8 rails and the Gen 8, transmission, motor mount, that whole setup, but the axles are a more Wraith-like axle that sits underneath. Straight axle, non-portal, sits on 2.2 tires. It's got a open cab deadbolt-ish style body that I thought looked pretty good at the time. So they announced it last Wednesday or Thursday, and they're already shipping right now. So if you're interested in building a new kit, you have another one to choose from. Those axles also feature steel tubes inside of the housing. They're there to beef the axles up as well as lower the center of gravity a little bit. Overall though, this kit is $259. Fairly low price point, and again, Red Cat jumping into the kit market. I've actually got one of these on the way. We're gonna build it on one of our Friday night live builds. I'm looking forward to see how everything goes together, as well as how the manual looks. And if you didn't know about the Friday night live builds, almost every Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we build a kit live on the channel here. Nicole joins me most of the time. She reads the comments. I build whatever kit we're working on that week. So again, come back on Fridays, check that out. Fun time to hang out and build something new every week. Next, we've got a little bit more information to share on that release we talked about last week from Horizon, with the new Laser Nut car that's going to be released this week, I believe. This vehicle is being modeled after Cody Wagner's Laser Nut Ultra 4 car built by Armada Engineering. This vehicle in the full-size world is a completely independent suspension truck, and therefore this vehicle is being built on the 10 chassis. It looks like it's a stretched version of the chassis. It's a little bit longer because it does have a larger 2.2 3.0 tire on it that's modeled after the BFG that Cody runs as well. From a post that Cody made this last week, it looks like the cost on this vehicle is going to be $479. It's a brushless RTR. These vehicles come with 3 open differentials, front, rear, and center. It should really rip around the track in the loose stuff. Overall, I think the scale style of this is going to be a great crossover between those of us who are into the scale side, as well as those people who just really like to bash. I don't know that this is going to be a real trail truck, because I think it's more aimed at, speed, handling, that type of setup. But nonetheless, still looks like it's going to be a really cool car. And while the full-size car does have portals on all 4 corners, this one looks to be standard independent suspension all the way around. I think we can give them that. I think to make this vehicle as durable as possible, probably best to go with that standard suspension. I've also heard that this vehicle is going to be coming in 2 colors like normal for Horizon. One, the dark gray and red combo that we used to see on the LaserNut car, as well as the white and blue version that it's currently finished in. So you get a couple of choices there depending on which style you like the best. For me, I think I'd go with red and gray because I actually got to go ride in that car a few years ago when it was that color scheme, when I went down to meet LaserNut with Kyle from UC Fab when he was going to be building a replica, and I did some 3D modeling of the panels that we ended up 3D printing to put on there. So I've always thought that that car was cool. Really looking forward to owning one myself. And wrapping up the last of the topics from the week, 3D Printing Sunday still going on. This week we built a camp stove that you can download and 3D print for free, as well as made more progress on our Terradrop style trailer that is going to be eventually available for download and printing. Today, my new desktop CNC router style system got delivered. It's a new Stepcraft D600, so nice big system overall. I'm really looking forward to cutting some parts here at home with that. And I've got a big list of things that I'm gonna have to cut because I've got big plans, especially for the 50,000 subscriber giveaway truck that we're building right now. If you haven't entered that, I'll put a link to the giveaway in the description below. As soon as we hit 50,000 subscribers, we're gonna give that truck away to a lucky winner. Check back often. You can click that link daily and add more entries to better your chances and hopefully come watch more videos. That's the whole point, right? Before we get into this week's question, we'll talk about last week's question a little bit. Last week, I posed the question of who we thought would come out with the new Bronco body first. And like 3 hours after my video went live, New Bright already posted up their new hard body version of that Bronco. So obviously they had it done long ago, already ready to go, just waiting for that day to drop it. So if you're looking to add a hard body new 2021 Bronco already, looks like you're not gonna have to wait long. For this week's question, we had a ton of topics we discussed, a lot of new cars as well. So out of all of the topics we discussed today, which is nearest the top of your shopping list? That RC4 drive is the highest dollar amount, but that LaserNut car I think might be a little bit more my speed. And while I don't have a monster truck, I've been really looking at one of those, 10 or Tenacity platforms for quite a while. So still, I'm aiming that way. But let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments below. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of the week. Hit the like button before you go. Subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell so you see the videos as soon as they get uploaded. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.